Previously we set up our default layout properties. What we're going to do now is we're going to apply a page setup to that particular layout. Now in this particular case our layout is already set up to A3 for our A3 title block. Our page setup will also be the same. Consistency is key with page setups. So we're in our Output tab here in the ribbon and I go to Page Setup Manager. Now you'll notice our A3 landscape layout is still set to PDF as we set up previously. I'm going to click on New now, and our new page setup name is going to be A3 Landscape, and it's going to be DWF. Now what that's telling us there is that it's an A3 landscape page setup for this particular drawing, but it's going to plot to a DWF. So I click on OK. What I need to do now is set my printer plotter here to plot to a DWF6 ePlot, that printer configuration file there. Paper size, that has stayed at ISO A3, so that should be fine. What to plot is extents there, and we're going to center the plot as well. So we're going to center it over the extents of the drawing. Plot style table, I'm going to set that to ACAD CTB. What that means is everything will plot in color. Monochrome is black and white, ACAD CTB is color. You can also create your own CTB files, but that's more intermediate advanced AutoCAD knowledge that will be in future AutoCAD courses. So, we've done everything we need to there, so what we're going to do, we're going to preview it quickly. So we click on Preview, and there's our drawing in color. Again, notice the viewports don't plot because we've set it so that the viewports layer does not plot. That looks exactly how I want it to look, so I right click and I exit the preview and I click on OK. So what I've got there now is my A3 landscape DWF page setup. You'll notice the current layout there is A3 landscape, current page setup is none. If I select my page setup and then I double click on it, like so, you'll see it applies it to the current layout. I only have the one layout, A3 Landscape. So A3 Landscape is now using the A3 Landscape DWF plot. You'll notice the settings have changed down here on the selected page setup details. So if I now close that and I decided to plot this now, what I could do is I could go to plot here. It would open up the plot dialog box and you'll see that A3 Landscape DWF is the current page setup. So if I preview that, you'll notice the preview is exactly the same as the preview that I had in the Page Setup Manager. So I'll right click and exit, and I'll also cancel my plot there because I don't want to plot right now, but you'll see how easy it is to apply a page setup to a layout tab. You can have as many page setups as you like. You might have an A0 drawing, a very large drawing, and you want to shrink that down to an A4 for the purposes of taking it out on site purely to check some details. What you can do there very easily is set up a page setup that will shrink the A1 and plot it at A4 for you instead. That is the versatility of page setups.